Good morning. It's Wednesday, January the 15th, and this is The Drill. Thank you. I'm Ron, your host and the only true conservative in the United States today. I'm a U.S. Air Force veteran, a Christian, and a registered independent. My podcast is made available through Spreaker and can be heard on iTunes, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. So, you think you're a Christian or a conservative? Do you think of conservatism as a movement? Do you believe in exceptions, middle ground, or compromise? Then you are not a conservative. Today, moral law number 2, metaphysical law number 5, and conservatives go wrong by starting from scratch. All that when I come back. Thank you. Welcome back. It is immoral to shield people from the consequences of their actions. This is moral law number 2. I rediscovered this moral law while watching an episode of The Crown. Shielding people from the consequences of their actions is immoral because it is one of the ways that people learn. If people are prevented from learning, they will find it impossible to pursue happiness, and the pursuit of happiness is the meaning of life. Accidentally shielding people from the consequences of their actions is wrong. Deliberately shielding people from the consequences of their actions is immoral. Violating moral laws is corrupt and corrupting. Don't be immoral, don't be evil. By the way, the episode of The Crown in question is episode number 1 of season number 3, in which Queen Elizabeth is informed by a member of MI5 that a Soviet mole is operating in the royal household and is identified as the royal curator. MI5 wants Queen Elizabeth to overlook the malfeasance of the mole so as not to embarrass MI5 and very possibly the Crown as well. Queen Elizabeth agrees to do so, and in so doing corrupts herself, the royal household, MI5, and the entire government. When I come back, metaphysical law number 5. Thank you. There are no panaceas in life. There never have been, and there never will be. That is metaphysical law number 5. Socialism holds itself out to be a cure-all. Socialists believe that if we enact socialism, then paradise will automatically ensue. All societal problems will be solved. Conservatives know that there are no panaceas, and so rightfully dismiss socialist claims to the contrary. Next up, starting from scratch. Thank you. The two biggest ways that conservatives self-destruct are trying to prove a negative and starting a debate from scratch. The left will try to get you to engage in the practice of starting from scratch in order for you to make the presumption for change, socialism. In order to defeat this, you must insist on making the presumption for the status quo. For example, if a socialist asks you, "What should we do about the homeless?" the only correct response is to ask a question. What are we doing now about the homeless? If you don't respond to the question correctly, you will never win. Don't forget it. The only way for conservatives to win is to make the presumption for the status quo. Back in a minute. In conclusion, don't shield people from the consequences of their actions. Remember that there are no cure-alls in life, and always make the presumption for the status quo. Who is the true conservative? He is the person that understands that conservatism is not just about politics, but culture as well. He is not selfish, but minds his own business. He acts like an adult. He is patriotic and uses common sense. He expresses what he knows and does so with certainty. He makes judgments, refuses to speculate, speaks clearly and definitively, and is not afraid to say no. He is open-minded, asking why rather than why not. He is consistent, credible, and influential, not ashamed of his existence, unafraid to learn or correct his mistakes. He is a normal American, and he is better than the socialist. He's a better friend, father, brother, family member, and a better person, period. You have to know that. If you don't know with every fiber of your being that being a true conservative is best, then you're wasting your time. That brings me to the end of another episode of The Drill. Remember that the left has no authority, no power, and they can't win. Think about it.